Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to be talking about Norfolk Southern again and how their criminal asses are now trying to basically buy off the people of East Palestine with $1,000 check to then fuck them out of a future lawsuit claim, is what it is. And it's a bunch of bullshit, dude, entirely. It's disgusting. It's absolutely sickening. You have this company, Norfolk Southern, that's worth $55 billion on paper right now, dude. That, from what I understand from watching other citizen journalists at this point, which, by the way, this is the one thing I do appreciate with what happened here with this ecological disaster and stuff like that, is obviously the disaster itself is terrible, but it's brought out a bunch of people like myself who are citizen journalists in this country to do our own investigations and stuff like that and call these people out and hold their fucking feet to the fire is what it is now, dude. And there was at least one of these individuals who, did such a thing as what it was. Some guy on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, who posted this video about it and was discussing like how the entirety of Norfolk Southern is owned by a bunch of hedge fund managers and like their clients and shit like that. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least at this point if Michael Bloomberg was actually one of these fucking people, dude, or if Shannon Watts, for that matter, is one of these fucking people. That own parts of this rail company, and it makes sense why they don't give a shit because it's a faceless conglomerate, is what it is at that point, dude. A bunch of scumbag criminals need to be held criminally accountable at this point, man. Of course, they're going to let some random dude from the fucking thing, some random employee, get thrown in the fucking bus to keep their fucking profits and their asses out of the fucking spotlight, is what it is. And then turn around and be like, no, we're the good guys here. Here's $1,000 to every resident of fucking East Palestine. Oh, by the way, 6 months from now, a year from now, when you guys want to sue the shit out of us for literally fucking $50 billion, oh, no, you don't have a claim anymore, dude, because we gave you that $1,000 check. Which is what a bunch of lawyers have told them at this point. They're like, yeah, don't fucking cash those checks, dude. And I'm saying that myself right now to these people. If you live in East Palestine, dude, do not cash the fucking checks that Norfolk Southern's giving your asses, dude. It is hush money, and it's all you're going to get if that be the case, dude. If anything ever happens with future lawsuits for cancer-causing stuff, with future lawsuits for, various ecological, environmental disaster stuff and whatnot, yeah, you're going to be fucked on those kind of lawsuits and stuff like that, any kind of class action or anything else like that, dude. So no. Don't take the fucking $1,000 bribe money. Sue the fucking shit out of these people. I don't care if it's class action or otherwise at that point. Take their asses to the fucking cleaners at this point, dude. And honestly, it's time for Dave Yost to step up as AG at this point of the state of Ohio and bring the fucking suits against this company himself, if that be the case, dude. And be like basically the lawyer for everybody at that point that wants a claim on that one. But I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about specifically JD Vance again and a bunch of leftists on Twitter and stuff like that. So, I made the video about Vance earlier today as one of the grandstands, which was a little bit. It was like less than 10 minutes or whatever. My biggest problem with Vance is, he waited over a week to talk about this stuff, which the thing of it is here, and I'm going to say it like it is, dude, and I don't care Democrat, Republican at this point anyway anymore at this point, man. So, my biggest issue is, whether it be JD Vance, whether it be Sherrod Brown, who I believe made a statement after Vance did, is what it was. But of course, we all know Sherrod Brown, man. The only reason his bitch ass even added the fucking statement of any kind at all is because he's loyal for re-election next year. Is what it is, dude. The guy has about 18 months left in office right now before he has to run again for a potential fourth term, even though he said he's going to leave after a second term. And we all have proof here that if we actually had the voter rolls for 2018, we can prove that Sherrod Brown cheated to get a third term. So, yeah, we don't forget, Sherrod Brown, about the 280-something thousand fucking dead people and illegals that were on your fucking voter rolls, bitch. And we never will. We never will forgive you for that, you cheating son of a bitch. You anti-gun fucking baby-killing prick. Sack of shit. And honestly, Matt Dolan's not any better for that matter. He's the one who's going to try and run against him right now. Fuck Matt Dolan too, man. Him and Sherrod Brown should both be in prison together at this point, dude, for the anti-gun shit they pulled against Ohioans in this country, as well as the other Americans of this nation, federally with Sherrod Brown's ass. But the problem I have with this whole thing, though, is you have these fucking Democrats on Twitter bitching and moaning about different stuff, and they want to sit there and blame Jim Jordan or JD Vance or whatever the case be. And it's like, you guys realize that people are federal representation, correct? You do realize that, right? I don't think you do, actually, is what it is. The problem. That's the thing. Whether it be Jim Jordan, whether it be JD Vance, whether it be fucking leftists like Marcy Kaptur or Sherrod Brown, dude, these people have no power in the state of Ohio. You want people to be held accountable, dude? Fucking call up Mike DeWine's office. Fucking call up Jason Stevens' office as Speaker of the House. Call up fucking Matt Hoffman's office as Senate President right now. Hell, call up House Minority Leader Allison Russo's fucking office, dude. These are the people that actually do shit for you, dude. Or Nikki Antonio, for that matter, who's another leftist in this fucking state right now. These are the people who are the actual leadership of their fucking respective parties in the state of Ohio, dude, at a state level. They're the ones that if something gets done here, could be calling up fucking FEMA or calling up federal government for that matter and demanding fucking requests for FEMA and shit like that assistance, dude. But they're not doing a damn thing about it, dude, because they don't fucking care. And yet, meanwhile, you got the media itself, who apparently doesn't give a shit either for that matter, because they're trying to cover up East Palestine for the past fucking 10 plus days now is what it is, dude. To where it's now being such fucking crazy shit going on here that's impossible to cover up anymore, dude, is what it is, because it's like such an ecological disaster. And it's probably going to be legitimately the 2023 version of 3 Mile Island or the fucking 2023 version of Chernobyl for that matter. And it's like, I'm scared as shit, dude. I'm gonna have to move out of this fucking state pretty soon, is what it is, man. That this state is gonna become unlivable at some point in the future because of this fucking train derailment, honestly, dude. Like, that's a legitimate fucking. I've been having pains in my stomach all day, honestly, over this shit, dude. Because of the fact that I'm seriously like, it's like that nervous feeling in your gut where you're like, I don't know what the fuck the future holds now, is what it is, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna get cancer again. I don't know if I'm gonna get fucking some kind of other crazy side effect from this shit. Because I live within a 50-mile radius of the damn thing, and there's possible 100-mile radius fucking cloud around it right now. There's been reports of acid rain. There's been no video of it, obviously, but there's reports of acid rain supposedly taking place now in various parts of Ohio. You got fucking, what is it now? Where the Ohio River Basin is in the bottom part of the state, and then there's like another one up in the Lake Erie area there, near like Cleveland, Ohio, and stuff like that. There's possibility of that fucking taking over now by the shit and it running through a bunch of different rivers in the state. And it's like, dude, you're talking about it's almost impossible to clean up at that point. You would have to pretty much like figure out a way to, I don't know how you clean up water at that point, dude, if you can't even, for that matter. It might be a situation for just having to drain every fucking lake, honestly, and starting fresh somehow. And just pumping in, just like basically hauling in trucks of like, you know, fish from other states and stuff like that and other, you know, such things, and God forbid the animals out there, you know, the deer populations are fucking gone now. The, you know, various other populations of other animals, possums, skunks, squirrels, raccoons, rabbits, you know, anything at that point, dude. Fucking little dogs and cats that are coming out, going to the bathroom and then dropping fucking dead out in people's yards and shit. Some dude's entire fox pen that he had, that he was raising foxes for, I don't know what he was raising for actually at this point, if it was like some kind of weird pet thing or it's like some kind of like fox, I was gonna say fox racing, but I don't think that's even a thing at this point. Honestly, it used to be a thing back in the day in like the 1700s or whatever, or 1600s even maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure what he was raising them for, unless it was like some kind of weird, I don't even know, man. I don't even want to speculate at this point, but it was something. He was raising foxes. That's all he said about it, man. Like, that's the thing. I could see if you were raising like some kind of dogs, maybe like a wolf hybrid or something, like that would make sense. You're gonna sell those or whatever. But like, I don't really think foxes would be a pet for anybody. So unless it's like a fennec fox, which that would make sense because those things are cute as hell and they probably could be raised for actual pets. Is what it is. But yeah, I don't think you want like an actual fox. Is what it is, though, man. But the entire point is, though, is that you had all these animals basically dropping dead, is what it is, dude. And now, you know, like I said, we got cattle suffering potentially, and who knows how long that's going to be before they start keeling over and shit. Got women talking about their horses and stuff, and them basically being real close to river basins and shit like that, or different creeks and stuff that they would get their water supply from. And it's just a scary situation, man. And then you got all these dumbass leftists on Twitter who are like, "Oh, but JD Vance and Jim Jordan should be the ones fucking held responsible for this because they're the leadership out there." It's like, yeah, federal dumbasses. Seriously, if you want to call on Sherrod Brown, or not Sherrod Brown, if you want to call on JD Vance or Jim Jordan, or even Sherrod Brown for that matter, or Marcy Kapper for that matter, dude, and be like, hey, you guys need to introduce legislation federally to hold these people at Norfolk Southern's feet to the fire. That's what you should be doing right now, leftists out there, Democrats out there. But you're not doing that, dude. You know what I'm doing out there, though? I am calling out Jim Jordan, actually, on that one. Because about 2 hours ago, he was out there on Twitter bitching and moaning about censorship and stuff like that. And this was my response to him, actually, on that one. Where he said, every American should be concerned about government censorship of speech. They shouldn't be controversial. And my response to him was, we are, Jim, but we're more concerned right now about the cancer clusters being created Because of Norfolk Southern's negligence, please do your job federally and introduce legislation to hold Norfolk Southern criminally accountable for the derailment in East Palestine. So, and that's the thing. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Just be a fucking, person is what it is, dude. Just be fucking civil about it and be like, yeah, do your job. Do the job that you were elected to be a representative of, dude. Actually do what the people of Ohio want you to do federally, and it's introduce legislation to hold people sweep the fire at this point, dude. If that means doing a committee hearing and whatever to actually call out the heads of Norfolk Southern and stuff like that and hold them, negligently responsible for this stuff and criminally accountable for that stuff, that's what needs to happen on this right now, dude. If it means having modern day Nuremberg trials to try these fuckers with crimes against humanity right now and see them in handcuffs for federal death penalties, it's happening right now, honestly, dude. Which is what should happen anyway at this point, honestly, in history. Is it going to happen? Probably not, actually. But the entire point is it could, And then, going back to other stuff here, going back to the people that were shit-talking J.D. Vance and stuff like that, you had, which again, I'm not going to sit here and swing off Vance's dick or nuts or whatever the case be, dude, because fuck him, he should have done shit earlier is what it is, dude. The thing of it was, the one thing I will give Vance or even Sherrod Brown for that matter, or any of these people, what it is, dude, is the fact that when this all started, which was, back on the 3rd, I personally, as a citizen of this fucking state, dude, didn't hear jack shit about it until the 6th that Monday, and they're about to blow the fuck out of the tanker truck is what it was there, dude, on the thing. Like one of the cars or whatever, because it was about to blow up anyways, what it would be. So they basically started that fire is what it was then, dude. Like it was Monday morning was the first I heard about that shit. And the only reason I even heard about it is because on my phone, this phone right here is what it is, dude. That happens to get, like when you start doing Google search and stuff on it, it gives you like local news stories or whatever. And it just happened to be like a local news story popped up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck happened in East Palestine? When did this happen? And it was like, wait, 3 days? Like, why am I not hearing about this on the local news even, dude? And that's the thing. That's the big thing about it, right? They've been suppressing this shit from the fucking jump, dude. The only news stories about the entire crash happening the other day, dude, to begin with, were local news stories in East Palestine for like 2 fucking days or something. It wasn't until day 3 when it finally started spreading out and stuff like that. That's when I first reported on it. Was a week ago Monday is what it was now, dude. It was like literally an hour or 2 after I heard about it to begin with the first time, actually. And I'm like, yeah, this is fucked up, dude. So it could be very well, honestly, that Vance or Jordan or Sherrod Brown or any of these people, honestly, didn't even hear about it until days later, for that matter, because they're all hanging out in Washington, D.C., dude, doing their fucking job at a federal level, being, congressmen and senators and shit like that, dude. So who the fuck knows, honestly? But the entire point of the matter is, it's like, yeah, I will give all these people the benefit of the doubt, man, of being like, yeah, you might have been, like, uninformed of the situation, but the fact that you're informed now and you're choosing to do nothing about it or say nothing about it, like, that's where the big problem comes in about it, man. So, but yeah, there was this chick on Twitter here talking about paging. Can someone please page Jim Jordan and JD Vance to let them know there's a catastrophic environmental disaster happening and the people of East Palestine, Ohio need some fucking leadership right now? And my response was, nah, we'll page Marcy Kaptur, who's been in office for over 40 years now. Maybe Sherrod Brown, who said he'd retire after 2 terms, yet stole a 3rd one in 2018. Yeah, fuck you, Democrats, dude. Seriously. You people are the biggest fucking dividing scumbags in this entire country right now. And that comes from somebody who's not a Republican either, by the way. It comes from somebody who's a third party person, whose party is not represented in this country or the state, because, again, you have a fucked up 2-party system of Republican versus Democrat that fucks us all is what it is, dude, in the end. And I'm sick and tired of all of it, dude. But, anyways. And then we had just a bunch of fucking morons swinging off Tim Ryan's dick for some reason, dude. Which, by the way, how the fuck is Tim Ryan not sitting in federal prison right now awaiting a federal death penalty for literally calling for political assassination about 18 months ago at this point? How is that possible? That this guy was never arrested for literally talking about killing and confronting the mega movement of this country? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right, because he's a fucking Democrat. And the feds are fucking up his own ass is what it is, dude. It's the exact same reason why Eric Sowell, after literally banging Chinese spies, is still sitting fucking, in federal government right now as a congressman. Absolute slap in the face of this country, dude, entirely. But yeah, you had this stupid fucking bitch right here said, every time I see J.D. Vance spew his BS, I am reminded of what a crap campaign Tim Ryan ran. Yes, the political pundits thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. They were wrong. It sucked. It super sucked. And I'll try tell you why. And my response to her was, Tim Ryan didn't win because he literally called for the murder of half of Ohio voters with political assassination. He's lucky he wasn't thrown out of the race entirely, which is what should have happened because I fucked up on that one. I said because I meant before. What should have happened before he was arrested on federal felonies, which is the truth, honestly, at that point, dude. Like, he should have been arrested multiple times over at this point. That's what it is. And then you had another one of these fucking stupid ass bitches talking about, again, anti-JD Vance person, saying, let's see, pull it up here real quick. Yeah, this maroon said, Ohio's in serious trouble and the people there need help now. JD Vance is nowhere to be found. Jim Jordan is too busy poring over Hunter Biden's laptop, and election matters, vote accordingly. And my response was, and all the Democrats like Captor Sykes, being Amelia Strong Sykes, Brown could be Sherrod Brown or Chantel Brown for that matter, who's also representing Cleveland area, etc., are nowhere to be found either. Why? Maybe because they are a federal representation and have no power at a state level. You want people to do something, call out Mike DeWine, Matt Hoffman, Jason Stevens, Allison Russo. And that's the problem, dude. I guarantee that chick right there has no fucking clue who any of these people are besides DeWine, who I just talked about in that tweet, dude. Which, by the way, for those interested, Matt Hoffman, Senate President of Ohio right now for our state Senate. Jason Stevens, current Speaker of the House for the state of Ohio. Allison Russo, House Minority Leader. I believe the Senate Minority Leader is Nikki Antonio, who is the first gay woman in office. Even though it doesn't matter, it is what it is, dude. But of course, fucking Democrats love to play the first thing, is what it is, dude. And that's all they all get elected into office, by the way. I'm the first to do this stupid ass thing. No, you're the first fucking idiot who just fucked it for the rest of the people after you, dude. And then, speaking of the anti-Vance crowd here, you got this fucking dumb bitch named Liberal Lisa in Oklahoma claiming J.D. Vance is an utter and complete failure. This is who y'all voted for. This is the result of voting for a mega idiot instead of a qualified candidate like Tim Ryan. And my response to this fucking stupid cunt was, Tim Ryan wasn't qualified for jack shit. He was a career politician who would literally call for the political assassination of half of America, and Tim's lucky he didn't catch federal felonies over it. And that's the problem with these fucking people, dude. I'm so sick. I'm so fucking sick and tired of Democrats in this country, honestly, entirely, dude. Like, some of them are even worse than fucking the rhinos, honestly, at this point, dude. But, and then you got this Joe Walsh guy who I'm pretty sure is some, like, local news dude or whatever, or fucking mainstream media, fucking left-wing dipshit or whatever, who said, derailment happened on February 3rd. The controlled release and burn of chemicals began over a week ago. J.D. Vance finally got around to issuing an official statement today. Sounds like the U.S. Senator from Ohio disregarded the people of East Palestine, I said, and yet every Democrat representing Ohio hasn't said a damn word about it except Sherrod Brown, who released a statement after Vance did. None of them really care, and that's why they want to be tossed out of office, and we need to start fresh as everyday Americans with grassroots campaigns, which is the truth, by the way. We need to toss everybody the fuck out at this point and start completely fresh all over again. Yeah, at this point, I say fuck having a federal government entirely, dude, because they don't do anything anyway. They just take our money and fuck us in the ass. Just go state governments anymore. And even then, very limited. So, but, yeah, you had that dumb cunt Omar fucking jumping on this, too. I called her ass out on that one and said, hold Norfolk Southern responsible for crimes against humanity. You had a bunch of other dumb fucks basically say some bunch of stupid shit, and I called them out on it. It's another one of these Tim Ryan numbnuts. Trying to think, though. I don't know. This is somebody basically jerking Pete Buttigieg off earlier for some retarded ass reason. Which, why the fuck would you would ever give that motherfucker the time of day at this point is just beyond me. But again, this is what this chick said. She was talking about Lauren Boebert. She said, at Lauren Boebert, where are Governor Mike DeWine, Jim Jordan, and J.D. Vance? You can lead your mega morons to go out to put out the fire if you really care about the people. Which she was replying to Boebert earlier today, which Boebert was saying, where is Pete Buttigieg? Nowhere to be found yet again, as toxic chemicals are spewing out of East Palestine, Ohio after a train crash. While he's worried about, quote, racist railroads, our nation's transit system is falling apart. My response to this Life Goes On person was, first of all, it's literally Buttigieg's job as transportation secretary to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen. Secondly, Vance and Jordan are both for representation that the only thing they could do was introduce federal legislation to stop future events, and DeWine is a rhino, which I was going to go into more detail on that one, but of course, Twitter's characters cut you out on that one. I would have called DeWine a fucking criminal tyrant scumbag, is what it is, for the 442 days of tyranny put Ohio under the stupid ass lockdowns, and that still pisses me off to this fucking day, dude. As it should piss off everybody to this fucking day, honestly. But yeah, it's just a bunch of shit entirely, dude, and I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. But anyway, I had somebody in one of the past lives say I said dude too much in that. I don't know, dude. Do I say dude too much? Maybe I do. But you know what? Fuck you. This is my channel. So if you have a problem with that, you can see your way out the fucking door, buddy. And that's what I say about that, man. Seriously. Like, nobody told you to come here. Am I one of the only people on YouTube right now that's actually doing stuff about the state of Ohio because I live here, motherfucker? Yes, I am. And that's the entire point. I actually care about this fucking story because I actually live in the fucking state. For God's sake. You know, I didn't live in the fucking state. I'd probably do some stuff about the story because it's a fucked up story, dude. And not only that, but you have East Palestine being the first train derailment. Then yesterday, you had Houston, Texas be the second one. And as of last night, you had one, I think it was in either North or South Carolina. I'm not sure which state it was actually in. It was one of the two Carolinas. But there was a third one in fucking Carolina, dude. One of the Carolinas there. And I'm like, is this shit not by design at this point, dude? Like, what the fuck terrorists are doing bioterrorism shit at this point, dude? Seriously. Or is it like some kind of like eco-terrorist or something like that pulling some stuff right now, dude? Or hell, where the whole fucking balloon things with China, just the fucking preludes to shit, where they were just tracking fucking places they could do train derailments at, dude, and be like, hey, where's our sleeper cells on the ground and stuff like that? Oh, hey, let's activate them now. And yeah, you just get those people on the ground someplace, you know? And the thing with East Palestine specifically is when you have video coming out of them showing like the one axle going flying or whatever, like 20 miles before the actual crash happened. My thinking is this, honestly, dude. Like, how easy would it actually be, right? You have some dude, whether it be Chinese or Islamic or whatever the case be, you know, some sleeper cell activated someplace. Some dude gets a fucking job with a railroad or whatever the case be, you know, obviously comes over here as maybe an immigrant or, you know, a refugee or whatever the case be, gets legal citizenship at some point, goes to work for some railroad, takes a fucking, you know, some kind of hammer or whatever the case be, and just starts knocking some fucking pins out of an axle, dude. You know, setting the shit loose and stuff like that. Because they would know what's on the actual cars and stuff like that, dude. All you do is look in the fucking thing, and it's like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of chemicals and shit like that, dude. Okay, knock a fucking, you know, axle out of a car and shit like that, dude. Oh shit, train derailment, like 20 miles later. You know? Seriously, not that hard to figure out, dude. Now, granted, that might just be my autistic mind doing big picture, you know, thinking is what it is. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise at least that came out to be sabotage stuff at the end of the day, dude. And the fact there's been now 3 fucking derailments in about an 11-day time span, it's like, what the fuck, dude? And I find it very interesting, too, by the way, that you have both the Houston, Texas one and this one in one of the Carolina states, whether it be north or south, I'm not sure which at this point. I can't remember offhand. But yeah, you got both of those happening yesterday, right as East Palestine is finally starting to make the rounds and become sort of a federal story at this point, dude. And it's like, seems fishy. Seems very fishy. So, yeah, it just really does bother the shit out of me, dude. But yeah, we're going to talk about the overall story about Norfolk Southern and the payoffing people and stuff like that and East Palestine there here in a minute. So we got Norfolk Southern is giving $25,000 to an Ohio town where it caused a life or death evacuation. It says a dark cloud rised over East Palestine, Ohio on February 6th. An apocalyptic plume of gas rose over the village of East Palestine, blotting out blotting out the sky, Norfolk Southern, a U.S. railway company responsible for the spew of toxic chemicals like vinyl chloride, has now offered a $25,000 donation to assist the area's nearly 5,000 residents who were ordered to evacuate their homes or face death. Quote, "We have established a family assistance center to address the needs of the community and support those directly impacted," Norfolk Southern claimed in a statement. It remains unclear what exactly the center is doing to assist displaced residents. Said Quartz has reached out for comment. Let's see. It said following the fiery derailment on February 3rd, a Norfolk Southern tanker train carried out a controlled release of a hazardous vinyl chloride stored aboard to avoid a potential explosion. The derailment was reportedly due to a mechanical problem, but some are blaming the incident on weak safety regulations and the company's cost-cutting measures, which are both true at this point. Honestly, you had the one, like I said, the one guy that was a citizen journalist dude coming out of the woodwork there, which we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Is what it is. If I can find that on Twitter there, because I have actually posted it on my timeline as that be the case then. So we're going to go ahead and find that here in a minute or so. But yeah, that dude was actually talking to some guy locally here a few months ago, and that guy was talking about exactly that. He was talking about, yeah, they've cut costs like a fucking motherfucker is what it is, dude. And they're doing just bare bones skeleton crews at this point now. And it's all inexperienced people, by the way, that are working on these skeleton crews, dude. It's not some railroad conductor with 20, 25 years experience or something like that. It's like some dude that's been there like a year or two is what it is. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, no wonder this shit's being fucking like a clusterfuck is what it is, dude. Anyway, it says regulation pushback cuts to head count. Norfolk Southern has a history of lobbying against safety regulations. Publicly traded company, which has a market value currently of $55 billion, fought the Federal Railroad Administration's push to upgrade the Civil War era brake system that remains widely used in American trains and against stricter rules on the transportation of hazardous materials. Meanwhile, its employees still lack guaranteed sick leave. Fucking disgusting, dude. So safety concerns have also grown amid Norfolk Southern's implementation of precision scheduled railroading, an operations policy criticized as a corporate money grab. To cut costs, the company has slashed jobs by more than a fifth since 2017, ignoring concerns that understaffing could impact railway safety, while also initiating a $10 billion $10 billion stock buyback program. So basically, they're paying $10 billion to buy back a bunch of their own stock, is what it is. So they're basically doing like probably most likely Bloomberg style short selling of their own stock, is what it is, dude. And committing a whole bunch of fucking felonies at that point, then, dude. It makes me wonder, honestly, where is Pelosi and the Democrats in this one, dude, doing insider trading or not? It really makes me wonder if they have stock in Norfolk Southern or not, dude. If their hedge funds are actually part of that Norfolk Southern investment group, is what it is, dude. So I don't know, maybe it's disgusting either way. But as I said here, it said millions of dollars in corporate lobbying and poor regulations have created the perfect storm, according to the Railway Workers Union, Railroad Workers United, or RWU, a cross-union rail workers caucus, said the wreck of train 32N has been years in the making. What other such train wrecks await us remains to be seen. Those people said in the press release. Is East Palestine, Ohio safe? National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, has opened an investigation into the train derailment, while a federal lawsuit seeking class action status has been filed by several East Palestine residents. Like I said, there's actually 5 lawsuits right now. 4 of them are class action, 1 is not. That was as of, I think, 3 or 4 days ago now. And I'm not sure if it's any more than that now. They haven't said anything about any more coming out of the mainstream media locally yet not. But they have talked about the shit locally at mainstream media is what it is, though, in the last day or two now. So, yeah. Sorry. I think this damn heater over here is making my mouth really dried out now. It's like putting too much heat into the air and not enough humidity is what it is. But anyway, it says government officials told evacuated residents of the Ohio and Pennsylvania area on February 8th that they could return to their homes based on air quality samples. Ohio EPA has also declared the area's drinking water safe. Yeah, it's not, dude. Fuck that. So concerns remain. Residents have found dead fish in several local streams. A local stream called Leslie Run, and dead chickens were found in the neighboring town of North Lima, Ohio. Kurt Rhodes, an environmental engineer, an associate professor with Ohio's Case Western Reserve University, told 19 Action News that the impact from the derailment could be felt for years to come. It's going to be decades, bro. It's not going to be years. It's going to be decades. Mile Island style, dude, for real. Says one community in New Jersey can attest to the fact in 2012 a train crashed in Paulsboro, spilling 23,000 gallons of vinyl chloride, the same chemical involved in the East Palestine spill. A 2014 study conducted in New Jersey Department of Health found that half of the local residents had health problems caused by the chemical spill then. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What are the health risks from vinyl chloride? When burned, vinyl chloride produces hydrogen chloride, a highly volatile substance that can bind with water vapor to produce hydrochloric acid, aka the shit that's eating away cars and stuff like that. When you see that one video of like it's a vehicle, or maybe actually I'm not sure if it might be a video, or it might be a set of pictures. I'm not sure which one it was, but you basically had this vehicle that went through the shit. It was like a dust cloud or whatever there from when they're burning the shit off, or whatever. And you literally have pieces of it being eaten away by that dust cloud, dude, because it's all hydrogen chloride is what it is. And that's why it's creating like acid rain now is what it is, dude. So, anyway. Yes, it can also produce phosphagen, a toxic gas that was deployed as a chemical weapon in World War One, aka probably like shit like mustard gas, essentially, who I said yesterday, is what I'll keep saying right now, dude. So aside from the toxic byproducts, the odorless and hazardous gas not only lingers in the air, but also can leach into soil and groundwater. According to CDC's toxicology profile, vinyl chloride is leaked to liver and neurological damage, as well as other types of cancer. The OSHA guideline states that no employee should be exposed to the substance at concerning levels rather higher than 1% per million, averaged over an 8-hour period. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, people are going to die from this shit, dude. There's no way they're not. And the fuckery going on in this country right now is just absolutely ridiculous, dude. And I would say even the cover up by Dickhead DeWine and Company is just beyond sickening at this point. If you guys hang on for a minute, I need to blow my nose, so I'm going to go completely audio list for a couple seconds here. All right, I'm back. I don't know if that caught the last one or not. I can't remember. I think it's a thing at a point, whatever. It doesn't matter. I was blowing my nose, obviously. You know, had to be done, man. Had to be done. Got a bunch of fucking air. I think it's the air quality at this point, dude. It wouldn't surprise me least if it was because of that shit, honestly. You know what's sad though? It's sad when myself and Nina Turner are starting to agree upon stuff, dude. And it's like, I fucking hate that commie so much, dude. But it's like, there are times where we can actually agree upon things, dude. And that's the big thing, right? Now, granted, is it going to be a lot of things? No. Is it going to be the East Palestine stuff? Yes, it will be. So, but yeah, this is what she was saying a little while ago. Sometime yesterday, it said, when you care more about defending the Secretary of Transportation than the well-being of those in places like East Palestine, Ohio, you've lost sight of what matters. Public officials should be held accountable. They do not need cheerleaders. I'm wondering who she was responding to with that one, because I can only assume it had to be a bunch of leftist people and stuff, dude, which are the only ones that are really, like, would be jerking off Buttigieg's dick at this point, honestly, dude. I like how that just flipped as I was doing the stuff from East Palestine, Ohio to now hashtag Ohio Chernobyl and stuff like that, dude. And it's like, God damn it, people. No. Like, gotta read some of these now. I gotta read some of them now, man. That's pretty much where we're at right now. All right. Yeah, this person said this is getting bigger by the minute. And this chick was saying, do you guys realize how much farmland is in Ohio? A lot, dude. Yeah, 75,000 farms. 90% of them are family farming operations. This was just a toxic chemical incident there that was intentionally released with barely a whisper. This has untold direct food supply chain impact. Like I said that before, dude. I was talking about that with our friend Corey in Texas after my live on Sunday night in the back chat and stuff. And we were discussing it then, and I was like, how much food do we produce here in Ohio that goes across this country, and I think even into Canada for that matter as well. And it's a lot, dude, especially corn and stuff like that. I think Ohio's two biggest exports actually when it comes to specifically farmland stuff would be corn and soybean stuff. And God forbid, like, Jesus, dude, like how much of that is even going to be able to be salvaged now? Because I was even looking up like how you would clean and be able to reuse soil after a chemical spill and stuff like that, dude. And it's legitimately like several fucking inches you have to dig down into and then throw like an entire sheet of lime over all that stuff and then put brand new topsoil over that, dude. And that's going to take a while to actually bind together for that matter. So you're talking about, it's not like you could even use that like the first go around, the first couple years for that matter, probably. It's going to be like, I would say honestly, most of the farmland that's going to be affected now in this state right now is going to be unusable for at least the next 5 years. And that's if you would do stuff with it right now and you basically would like sort of like plow under and then just like plow away is what it is, dude. And dispose of like the bad shit over the fact. But because of that though, I don't think it's going to be that at all, dude. I think they're going to basically fuck around with it, and you're going to have a lot of irradiated food, basically, what's going to be in the next couple of years coming out of Ohio. And you're going to see a lot of people eating like radiation apples and stuff like that without even realizing it, dude. That's another thing too, by the way. We have a lot of apples in the state that we produce and then ship out to other states and stuff like that, dude. So it's like, yeah, there goes apple crops in the summer and spring and stuff like that, dude. And in the fall, especially, there goes any kind of cider that we would have coming out of that stuff that we could potentially ship out of state and stuff like that. And just all kinds of stuff, dude. I mean, hell, look, like, let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about like this, honestly, dude. Water supply for these rivers and stuff like that, dude. How much of that stuff goes directly into people's drinking water, and how much of that is used in all these microbreweries across the state right now, dude? There goes your beer supply in many places, dude. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's around the Columbus areas where Budweiser does their fucking beer making and stuff like that, dude. So there goes that fucking industry for a while now. Like, yeah, that's just stuff I'm thinking off the top of my head right now, dude. Like, it's way worse than that, even, dude. So, like it is a scary. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I do say, dude, a lot. Apparently, I just realized that like that guy was fucking right. Apparently, damn it, dude. Like, why do you fucking me like that? But nah, for real though, man. The entire point is though, it does become a situation of, how fucked are we gonna be as a state pretty soon? And I think it's gonna be very, and that's what I'm freaking out about. That's why I got like butterflies in my stomach and shit like that. Is because it's just like that worrying concern of just like, what is going to be done here and what can I personally do myself to get these people, hold their fucking feet to the fire and get the ball rolling on it is what it is then. I think I made the first steps already yesterday when I started calling up state officials and the special leadership and stuff like that, dude. And I think I'm going to make some more calls today actually and just, keep calling them, keep messaging them. If nothing else, if I can get, down to Columbus and stuff like that, I'll confront them face to face and be like, hey, motherfucker, do your job now. Or don't have one because we're going to throw your ass out of office over this shit. So, but yeah, anyway. Let's see here now. Going back to that specific thing about the Ohio Chernobyl and stuff like that, we got in the comment section there, you got this country cat saying, Ohio train explosion affects everywhere, or everyone, everything along this pathway will experience one of the world's most carcinogenics on the planet. 100-mile radius is reporting mass animal die-offs. This wasn't negligence. This was intentional. Ohio Chernobyl, Ohio train disaster. The hashtags. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by it, dude. And like they were showing that whole. So, okay. So, you see this map right here, how it goes through our state and stuff like that. So, right where that top point is, if you go down about halfway there where the Ohio marker is there, that's pretty much where Stark County is. And that's where I'm at right now, dude. So, Yeah, I'm like smack dab in the middle of this motherfucker is what it is, dude. So not good. Not good. Not good at all, dog. So, anyways. Then we got Alex Stein 99 saying massive explosion and poisoning of American citizens. Should be a much bigger story. Why isn't the media talking about Ohio more? Exactly, dude. And that's February 12th, by the way. Got 14 hours ago. They want to preach about climate change, but do this. Hashtag Ohio Chernobyl. Exactly, dude. Let's see. Another person on the 12th. Literal mushroom cloud of toxic chemicals detonated over the American heartland after lobbyists and government officials weakened safety rules. Just curious, did any of the Sunday news shows, bother to even mention this? No, they did not, by the way. No, they did not. And it's like I said, you got that Leslie Rowan where people are finding dead fish all over it. You got this Asian guy making his fucking claim to fame now, explaining exactly what vinyl chloride is, and it's horrific, obviously. Yeah. Somebody talking about that chick that I was talking about yesterday, where she's finally being red pilled into the truth at that point. The thing about that girl is, right, like, I feel like she could have been cute at one point, or at least, like, decent looking. And then she became, like, female Machine Gun Kelly, basically, is what it is, dude. Like, that's how her hair reminds me of, with that coloration and, like, the frizziness of it and stuff. Just looks funny. They're not wrong, man. That one. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. That person is not wrong with that. Things to do in Ohio, leave. Yeah, pretty much, man. Cheers to that, unfortunately. Thing is, I love the state, man. I love the state. I just hate the fucking corruption of it. So then you got this person saying Ohio Chernobyl, and we haven't heard a word from Biden or Buttigieg, who authorized the burning of these chemicals. That would be Mike DeWine and the idiots at the Ohio EPA, by the way. I'm pretty sure who it was. So dead animals, people are getting sick. Arrested journalist and mainstream media blackout February 3rd. A train owned by Norfolk Southern Freight. Yep. Crazy shit, dude. And that was 5 hours ago. The quote unquote storm clouds over East Palestine are not storm clouds. In fact, they are actual from the biological disaster. That looks fucking so demonic, dude. Doesn't it? Like this shit legitimately looks like fucking end of days right now, dude. It's crazy, dude. Then you got John Rich saying, why won't the media cover Ohio Chernobyl with dead fish and animals for miles and miles? Water supply has been polluted. Keep your head on a swivel, my friends. You got Wall Street Apes here saying, where are the environmentalists? Greta Thunberg, Biden, AOC, Al Gore, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates. Nobody who cares about the environment. I thought this stuff was a big deal. All silent tells you everything you need to know about this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Exactly, dude. Exactly. And you got the Stu Peters guy saying, quote, we basically nuked the town with chemicals so we could get a railroad open. Yep, that's exactly what happened there, dude. Fucking sickening, dude. See, this girl said, a single sea turtle in California choked on a plastic straw. We'd be bombarded by hyperbolic headlines for weeks, yet actual humans have been breathing in giant plumes of toxic polyvinyl chloride for over a week in Ohio and barely any news coverage at all. God. Like, I honestly feel sick right now, dude. Like, just watching this shit, dude. Yeah, and you got, wait, is that actor Robert Davi? Oh, yes, it is. Holy shit. Nice. We got TV film star, villain, and actually good guy, 2A, bro. Robert Davi talking about Ohio Chernobyl here, saying, why am I seeing more reporting on the shooting in Michigan? By the way, there was a shooting at Michigan State University last night, and I'm pretty sure Whitmer and company are going to use that to try to pass an AWB in Michigan in the next couple of days. And I would not be surprised, given the fact that there are over 200 Democrats on the legislation currently, federally, which is HR 698, I believe is what it's called. Look for about 16 or 17 rhinos to jump on that next couple of days, as well as a few Democrats as well. And if they get those numbers, they actually have enough to pass the AWB through the House again, dude, which is completely unconstitutional, would never hold up in court. And if they try that shit, it's fucking game on, bro. But what better way to do it than do it right now, dude? When you have everybody basically being, oh shit, this whole stuff's going on with all this train derailments and stuff like that. Boom, pass fucking AWB out of nowhere is what it is, dude. Use another fucking created false flag like Michigan to pull that shit is what it would be. But yeah, so Robert Davi was saying, why am I seeing more reporting on the shooting in Michigan, but minimal information on Ohio Chernobyl? Why? While our hearts go out to the victims of Michigan, why does it appear to be a huge blackout on Ohio disaster? Who agrees? Am I wrong? No, you were 100% right, good sir. And that's the problem, Robert. They don't care, man. They do not care, Mr. Davi. And that's the entire problem right now, dude. Then you got this Lori chick saying Ohio train derailment caused deadly vinyl chloride to contaminate the Ohio River, which flows into the Mississippi and then into the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, good job, people. You just fucked not only Ohio, you fucked every state up into Texas, basically, is what it is there, dude. Jesus fucking criminy, dude. God damn. Yeah, Ohio reporter Evan Lambert was arrested last week for trying to expose the truth there. Fucking disgusting, dude. Absolutely sickening. This is Ohio's Chernobyl. God, it looks that looks fake to me, honestly. It looks like something that's like above a vehicle. Like they made it look like a cloud or some shit. When it wasn't. But anywho. Let's see, let's keep going a little bit here. People just saying Chernobyl there. I should make honestly, I'm thinking about seriously just making a t-shirt that just says Ohio Chernobyl Survivor on it. And just going down that road. Like, obviously it's not funny, and that's the whole problem, dude. Like, it's just I'm laughing because of how sad and disgusting it really is, honestly, dude. Yeah, it's 13 hours ago. Ohio Chernobyl. While you were watching the Super Bowl, the government was arresting reporters to keep this quiet. Administration is pure evil. But look up, there's a balloon. Yep, exactly. Just absolutely sickening, dude. Oh, God, the more I see this, the more I just get pissed and just saddened at the same time, man. It's just fucking sickening. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore, man. Can't do it anymore. What I will do is I will go to my own profile here and try to see if I can find that video. Okay, here it is. Yeah. This is the video that a couple dude put out a few days ago on the 10th is what it was, where he was talking about back in December, a union rail worker warned about the potential for a catastrophic train derailment. Then a week ago, it happened in Ohio. Shit, hang on. Gotta pull my plug here, and I'm gonna try and make this big if I can.
Rail workers warned us about disaster like this. I heard firsthand months ago about the corporate practice of precision scheduled railroading.
Precision scheduled railroading is shorter staff, longer hours, longer trains, less safety, less maintenance. Do I have all that right?
Oh, you got it all right. I
Okay.
mean, a lot of the derailments that you're seeing on national TV is one of a few things. It's lack of maintenance on the track, or they've cut the track gates too short and they can't get out to fix it, or they've cut the carmen's, which is the union that works on the rail cars. So we had one derailment here in Northeast Ohio where a wheel flange was very thin and it picked a switch and derailed the entire train. Luckily, it was full of candle wax and not something highly volatile.
Rail workers tried to strike over this stuff, but were stopped by Congress. A few weeks later, and here we are. Several Norfolk Southern cars of toxic, highly volatile chemicals exploded fantastically in the tiny town of East Palestine, Ohio, 20 miles from where I grew up. So I met Clyde in East Palestine to ask him about it.
It looks like a faulty bearing caused a catastrophic derailment. These railroads are turning profits hand over fist. They've cut their workforce to bare bones, and now they're paying the price for it because the wheels are falling off the train, basically. Carmen were inspecting cars about 3 minutes per car. That's always been the industry standard. Now it's 90 seconds per car.
Is that because of PSR?
Yes, it's a rush job right now. And these guys are under pressure. I mean, they're working men and women, and, if they don't hurry up and get this car done, they're going to be fired.
Great points. So I went to a press conference with Norfolk Southern and Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
So I'm going to go ahead and I want to talk about this one for half a second here with specifically the press conference with DeWine here. There's been talk of Mike DeWine potentially having dementia right now. And I think this press conference that we're going to be showing here in a couple seconds is going to prove that. Just because of the fucking just like confused as shit look on his face and stuff. He's just like, what are we talking about? Where am I at? And yeah, it's time for his ass to step down and resign in disgrace at this point over this whole thing, dude. For real. But yeah, going back to the rest of this though.
To ask them about this.
What could precision scheduled railroad have to do with the axle failure that caused the derailment?
Yeah, just look at that dumbass fucking look on his face. He's like, I'm just going to shut my mouth and keep shut.
I have no idea that it's a mechanical
Random guy.
issue. Precision scheduled railroading is a management process.
Not a great answer. And that's
Nope.
probably because Norfolk Southern let a worker take the fall rather than a single corporate executive showing up in the town that they polluted to be held accountable. You see, Wall Street owns Norfolk Southern. 74% of shares are owned by a who's who of infamous hedge funds. And this is the business model that they demand. Profit at any cost. A disaster like this is simply a cost of doing business. They cut everything, make all the money, and pay off disasters in tiny flyover towns from the profit. But instead of answering for any of that, they're betting that the corporate media, under the same pressure for extreme profit as railroads, will only ask questions about how much cancer people will get and not why this preventable disaster happened.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, dude, for real. It is time to bring these cocksuckers up. The 74% of the hedge fund people that own that shit, dude, whether it be Bloomberg or anybody else for that matter, dude, these fuckers need to be brought up on death penalty charges at this point, and they need to be fucking killed for crimes against humanity at this point, dude, for real. Like, enough is enough of this shit, dude. Enough is enough letting these giant corporations fucking destroy human lives for their goddamn disgusting ass fucking greed, dude. I am so fucking sick and tired of it. I'm so fucking over it, dude. Not in my fucking state, motherfuckers. Not ever. Not ever again, dude. It's absolutely sickening. And the fact that that Clyde guy even said it was bearing issues and stuff like that, dude, it makes sense, honestly. Like I said, it wouldn't even really have to be like I was talking about earlier with knocking out pins or whatever the case be. It wouldn't even have to be at that point, dude. When you're literally running, and like I said to begin with this whole situation, like 4 or 5 days ago when I first started talking about this shit, dude, you have a railway system that was installed in the 1950s and 60s, 60 to 70 years ago, has never really been fixed. You have railroad tracks themselves rusting out. You have bearings. You have the actual train cars, tires and stuff like that. They're track tires is what it is. What the hell they call them? I'm not sure what it'd be at that point. That shit's all rusted out. As that Clyde dude was saying, it used to be 3 minutes was the industry standard for people to change stuff so they could check, for maintenance and whatnot on that. Now it is a minute and a half the time you fucking need. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. And then you wonder why we've had 3 fucking derailments in a 10-day time span now. And that's just the ones we know about. There could be even more than that. I guarantee the only reason they talked about Houston and the one in the Carolinas was because of the fact you had Ohio's being such a big deal now, dude. If it wasn't for that, they'd probably been swept on the fucking rug too at that point. But the entirety of the thing is, with the Houston, Texas one, they talked about that because there was, again, hazardous fucking material on board. We still have no idea if the one in the Carolinas actually had hazardous material on board or not, dude. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, when? When are we going to hold these people accountable, man? I'm so sick and tired of it, man. I really am. I really am. Okay, it was South Carolina, not North Carolina. I was wrong about that one. Yeah, this is another one here. This is one I put up earlier today. I was talking about possibility of bioterrorism right now, which was it says alert: multiple train derailments have happened across the U.S. Montgomery County, Texas, which is just out of Houston, and then Spartanburg County, South Carolina. What the hell is happening to our railway systems? Again, I just basically said it, dude. They have not been maintained for 60 to 70 fucking years. You had like that Clyde guy said, who was a railway worker for 22 years of his life. They are cutting these people to the bare bones that they can have on the trains and stuff nowadays. They don't have the actual proper installed stuff. They're using Civil War era braking systems, for God's sakes, when we have 21st century technology at our fucking fingertips that would make it much safer. And that's the one thing I like. People always sit here and talk shit about Trump or whatever the case be without any actual, legitimate gripes about the man. The motherfucker legitimately, because of those cocksuckers in Norfolk Southern, legitimately went there in his presidency in like between 2017 and 2020, somewhere in there, took away what was an Obama era safety protocol issue that made it for like a secondary braking system in all railways in this country, dude. That was a huge fuck up, and I'll call you out on that one, Donald Trump. Fuck you for that one, dude. Seriously. Fuck you for allowing corporate lobbying bullshit like that. And again, this is exactly what I've been saying for the better part of almost 5 fucking years now, of exactly why corporate lobbying needs to be banned in this country, period, across the fucking board, dude. No corporate lobbyists should have a fucking say in anything when it comes to American people's rights, to our constitutional rights, to our civil rights, to any of it, dude. Fuck Moms Demand Action. Fuck Michael Bloomberg in every town. Fuck the Giffords pieces of shit. Fuck the Brady campaign. Fuck all those anti-gun sacks of shit, dude, that have been all corporate lobbying assholes for decades. Fuck Wall Street. Fuck Goldman Sachs. Fuck Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Fuck them all, dude. Seriously. Enough is enough of allowing corporate lobbying to control federal government and state governments, for that matter. Fuck Norfolk Southern specifically at this point. Fuck everybody behind it. They all need to fucking swing, period. And they all need to swing at a federal level under military tribunals, is what it is, dude. Seriously. And that's the only way to hold these people's feet to the fire at this point, dude. It's time for motherfuckers to die. Period. End of story. Like, these people at Norfolk Southern have to be held death penalty accountable. Because if they are not, it's just going to keep happening again and again and again. We've already seen it happen twice now since East Palestine, dude. So, yeah, like I said, I'm fucking done at this point, dude. I really, really am. I'm so over it. So fucking over it, man. I do find it very interesting, too, by the way. This is all happening. Like, all this shit is happening as well. Right around the same exact time that the Epstein client list has now been talked about and is now kind of being, outed and stuff like that. And it makes me wonder, it does make me wonder about that, right? Like, what about the Epstein client list, dude? Like, how much of this is honestly, like, all together as one thing right now, man? Like, is this bioterrorism? Is this just mismanagement? Is it complete negligence across the board? Like, what is it, dude? Is it sick ass demon pedophiles not giving a fuck about humanity because they're demon pedophiles? Like, what exactly is it now? You know, what is the answer to that question, man? Is there multiple answers that matter? I don't know. I really don't. What I do know is something has to be done. Something has to be done, man. And it's time for elected officials to get off their fucking asses and introduce legislation. I don't care if it's state level. I don't care if it's federal level. It needs to be both, honestly, at this point. Hold Norfolk Southern, hold the hedge fund people behind it and their clients behind it that are, you know, the actual entities, the real people behind the hedge funds, your Bloomberg types, etc. there. Again, we don't know if Bloomberg is actually part of this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and use him as an example because he has done the shit in the past with hedge fund managers and stuff like that and do short selling of stock and whatnot. But yeah, get the real names of these people behind the hedge funds and hold them criminally accountable. Take every last fucking dollar from these people, put it into the state of Ohio, into a giant fund that the American people of the state can have access to, and only the people of the state that are affected by it can have access to. No fucking government entity, no fucking DeWine's bullshit ass shit like that, or whatever the case be, dude. No government official at all, for that matter, can have access to that stuff unless they are directly affected by the actual chemicals themselves, whether it be some kind of cancer they can prove, whatever the case be later on from that stuff. It needs to be for the people of this state. And not only this state, it needs to be for people of the surrounding states. Pennsylvania, Kentucky, West Virginia, Michigan, Indiana, etc., dude. Because I guarantee that all of those places are also going to have massive issues as well down the line. And just from judging by that whole, you know, thing with the Mississippi River there, it needs to be even those states for that matter. You know, Mississippi, down to Texas, even for that matter, should have access to some of that money, dude. Because that's the thing. When we're talking about a event that is between 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl level extinctions, shit's getting real, dude. And it's getting real fucking. Did I think fucking Valentine's Day? By the way, it's Valentine's Day now. Yeah, Valentine's Day, everybody out there. Did I think I would be talking on Valentine's Day about a fucking Chernobyl level event in my state, dude? No, I did not. No, I did not. Actually, by the way, today is the, what is it? 50th anniversary of Parkland, I believe is what it is as well. I think it happened today as well on that one. So, yeah. Also very convenient, by the way, that shooting in Michigan happened last night. Because, like I said, dude, how much you want to bet they're going to try and use that today now and be like, oh, look, it's the, you know, X anniversary of Parkland now. We gotta push some more AWBs through. We gotta push some more unconstitutional gun ban shit bullshit through is what it is, dude. Yeah, fuck you, David Hogg and Maxwell Frost and the rest of you fucking scumbags. You're that little dickless piece of shit hog. Actually, you know what? Fuck, I'm never going to bother doing that episode of itself for now. I'll just talk about it right now. And this one is what it is. I might bring it up again in the episode itself, though, if that be the case. But yeah, we'll talk about what's happened there is what it is. You had that dickless piece of shit, David Hogg, the other day, go on the mainstream media, who, by the way, should be held legally accountable for giving that cocksucker a fucking platform to spew his Hitlerian bullshit. You had that dickless piece of shit talk about how the fucking industry should lobby against guns the way that they lobbied against big tobacco is what it is, dude. And it's like, well, first of all, you fucking Hitler sack of shit, wannabe dictator piece of crap. You have a tobacco industry that actually entire thing was to kill people with various nicotine and other addictive chemicals, dude. The entire point of guns is for them to be used for self-defense and the defense of others and stuff like that, or against a tyrannical government if it gets out of hand is what it is, buddy boy. So yeah, fuck you and fuck your wannabe Nazism, fascism, fucking Antifaism, Marxism bullshit, dude. You are the fucking poster child of modern day communism, David Hogg. Go fuck yourself, for real. and take your little fascist ass bitch buddy Maxwell Frost and tell him to go fuck himself too. No, it is not fucking fascism, Maxwell Frost, to pass permanent list / constitutional carry, you fucking dickless douchebag. The fact that this kid, the fact that fucking punk ass little bitch Maxwell Frost was able to run a congressional campaign on fucking credit card debt, money he's never going to pay back, by the way, with credit card debt. How the fuck is that even legal, by the way, FDA? Or no, not FDA. FEC, Federal Election Commission. How the fuck is that even legal, FEC, for someone to run a, I don't care if it's congressional or otherwise campaign, a political campaign using credit cards, dude? When you're supposed to have cash on hand. But yet this guy is putting shit on credit. How is that not an automatic disqualifier from running for office then, dude? When you can't even pay for your campaign is what it is, man. When you can't even raise funds because you're such a fucking sack of crap, and the only reason you're even in Congress is, like I said before, with these dumbass races, where you have one-horse races of, oh, it's like Miami area, so holy shit, it's got to be all Democrat fucking gerrymandered. Oh, I guess you just get some by default. Just going up with Maxwell Frost there, dude. A little asswipe won a primary against a few other Democrats, and then all of a sudden it was, nope, nobody gets him in the general election. Okay, I guess I get him by default now. Fuck that, dude. No. That entire congressional seat is gone now, buddy boy. And it should be the exact same bullshit with Cortez's congressional seat. It should be the exact same thing with Chuck Schumer's Senate seat in New York. It should be the exact same thing with fucking Marcy Kaptur's congressional seat here in Ohio because it's a gerrymander blew up in the Cleveland area where she represents for over 40 years now. Like, seriously. You want to talk about what the problem is with the federal government right now, dude? You want to talk about the problem with the state government right now? Marcy Kaptur has been in office for over 4 fucking decades. I have been alive for 38 years. This woman has held office for at least 2 years longer than I've been alive right now on this earth. That is the problem with politics in this country, dude. Is that there are not mandatory term limits on these fucking people and lifetime bans for others, is what it is. As well as automatic qualifications and stuff like that on this piece of power as well on that one, dude. So, anyway. Very fucking frustrating. Very fucking frustrating. I'm so over it, man. I really, really am. Let me go ahead and check my timeline here and see if there's anything worth talking about besides this. Okay, we're still Turner talking about the stuff with Transportation Secretary thing. Let's see, is there anything else that popped up here that looks good to talk about? Oh, yeah. So instead of actually talking about something that matters, what is that piece of shit lying old fucking commie sack of crap Bernie Sanders talking about right now? In the past 12 hours? Legislation that we are introducing today will expand Social Security benefits by $2,400 a year and will extend the salary of Social Security for the next 75 years by making sure that the wealthiest people in our society pay their fair share into the system. Okay, Bernie, what about the fucking illegal aliens that have come here over the past 70 fucking years, you old piece of shit? Never put a fucking dime, aka zero, into our fucking system. Yet a bunch of them were retirement age at the time that they jumped our fucking border illegally and were immediately allowed to go in and get Social Security at the age of 65, asshole. About those fucking people. Oh, yeah, that's right. You fucking Democrats don't give a shit about those fucking people because they're your illegal voter bases in many states across this country that don't have proper voter ID laws, you old dickless fucker. Fuck knuckle piece of shit. Fuck you, Bernie Sanders, you fucking commie bastard. Can't fucking stand that guy, dude. I really fucking can't. I'm actually pretty angry about this one, by the way. Just the fact that Ohio is not part of this legislation to be against the ATF right now. But again, it makes sense because of our state constitution literally codifying fucking dumbass federal constitution is what it is. or not federal constitution, but federal stupid ass bullshit regulation like the NFA is what it is, isn't legal or any kind of authority is what it is, dude, or law for that matter. Yeah, 25 states are suing ATF over the new pistol brace ruling with a federal lawsuit filed by North Dakota describing the ATF's new standard as, quote, incoherent and unworkable. Agency's actions are unlawful. Yes, they are. Like I said, if it wasn't for the bullshit here in Ohio, we would actually be part of this lawsuit. It would be 26 states, not 25. So it'd be more than half the country. Then we got that BG on the scene guy talking about additional background on the recently published rule. Justice Department set a 120-day window for compliance with 10-year potential penalties of thousands of dollars and or 10 years in prison for possessing unregistered SBR. Yeah, go fuck yourself, ATF, you douchebags. So, let's see. I feel like Soledad O'Brien was a known person at some point. I forget if she was a congresswoman at one point or she was like Obama administration or whatever the case be here. But she was basically trying to fuck with RJ Taylor Greene is what it was here. Which Marjorie Taylor Greene said Chris Stapleton just sang the most beautiful national anthem at the Super Bowl, but we could have gone without the rest of the wokeness, which Soledad O'Brien said. So reporters, for many people, for many people, woke means black people, or more likely a racist slur. So maybe do a better job in interviews when people talk about, quote, wokeness. What the? Jeez. I can't. Oh my God, dude. I'm assuming she's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene's whole thing about how she was talking about something with people and like being racist or whatever it was the other day, and people like took a clip out of context is what it was. The problem with people like Soledad O'Brien is, dude, they're always going to make it about race no matter what. Even if it's never is about race, is what it is. And that's why I'm so sick and tired of these anti-white racists like them, and is what it is, man. It's like, nobody said a thing about it being black, you ass clown, what we talk. And the thing is, just because the shit isn't fucking whatever, dude, it's like whatever at that point, you know? Here's the thing, dude. There's only one national anthem in this country, and it's literally America's national anthem. There isn't a fucking need for a second one, dude. That a bunch of jackasses made in the fucking 1800s or whatever it was, dude, called the Black National Anthem or whatever it was then. Which, by the way, is what they sung before the whole thing. What Kerry Lake and company actually stepped back into their seats and just set for, as they should. This is a fucking slap in the face to everybody at that point then. So, but yeah, this was an hour ago. Oh, nice. This is an hour ago. Finally got an update with the Michigan shooting thing there. Shooter is black. So, as we all know, the mainstream media will not care as much. Yeah, Michigan State University police on shooting. 5 victims, and the suspect is a black male, shorter in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a baseball cap. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's going to disappear out of the mainstream media real quick, dude. That'll be right out of the fucking thing as fast as possible. Except, of course, you know, Gretchen Whitmer and company are still going to probably try to use that shit at a state level to try to push some AWB bullshit there is what it is, dude. Even though I know it's unconstitutional as fuck is what it is. So, let's see here. And you got that fucking ass clown David DeWitt, the guy I've called out several times as the fake news journalist he actually is. Actually doing a one good story for one time here. It says, life after the Ohio train derailment, trouble breathing, dying animals, and saying goodbye. I'm never going to bother reading that because it probably is like a bunch of propaganda. Leftist bullshit is what it is. Like, oh, we just need to blame the Republican Party that's in power here. Not saying a fucking word about the Democrats that helped put this shit in place for decades now, dude. And how they were the ones that created the fucking legislation that stopped actually getting shit done here. Or how they were the ones literally in the past fucking 2 to 3 months now who stopped an actual rail workers strike to get better working conditions there that would have stopped these fucking derailments from happening in the first place, bro. Yeah, fuck Biden, fuck everybody else like that, dude, that we're all part of that crap. Fuck Buttigieg specifically on that one, dude. Not literally, by the way, because, like, seriously, man. Like, no need for that, man. No need for that. But, Yeah, it's just fucking crazy, dude. This is pretty fucked up right here, actually. I'm going to talk about this story. I think this is what we're going to leave off today with, actually. This was out of, I think it was Massachusetts here. This guy's talking about this. This person said here, landlord's getting paid and a human being stays home, but he's still mad and can't see that it says more about him than anything else. This is what this landlord guy said here. He said, tenant is behind 6 months rent, most delinquent ever. I've never been that far behind. Massachusetts courts have postponed eviction of this person several times. Today, the state made me whole and paid all her back rent. She gets $8,750 for free, incentivizing the non-payment. Good luck, Massachusetts. Yeah, he's pissed for two reasons, you fucking idiot. He's pissed because, number one, that almost $9,000 that came from the state came from fucking taxpayers' pockets, you asshole. So this bitch literally got away with like almost $9,000 in fucking free rent. And number two, that is 6 months that this man, who most likely was renting a secondary property out to this person, did not have to pay his own fucking mortgage, you douchebag. That's why I fucking can't stand these leftist assholes like that, dude. Because they're too fucking dumb. They're too mentally deficient is what it is at this point to actually understand real life consequences of most people that are rental property people, dude. Now, granted, you could have somebody that actually owns a bunch of fucking, various apartment buildings and stuff like that, which those people usually are just like scumbags is what it is, and they most of the time are slumlords and stuff like that. But the entire point is, though, with a lot of landlords in this country, though, dude, it's people that own like maybe one or two like single family homes kind of thing is what it is that they're renting out. People like my one aunt lives in Oregon there, actually, dude. She got fucked over the eviction moratorium crap, dude, where she had somebody living in her place there for almost a year rent free. And then when they end up leaving, they basically tore the fucking house to shreds inside of it, dude, to where now her son, my first cousin, has had to go in there and basically clean the place up over the past like 8 months now is what it is, and get it actually livable again so they can start making money off of rent again. Or sell the place straight out is what it is now, which is what they're trying to do. But good luck with that because it's right by fucking Portland where Antifa holds a big ass stronghold in, dude. So yeah, good luck finding anybody to buy that piece of shit is what it is, man. But those douchebags so fucking close. But the entire point of it is, it's like, yeah, you have these fucking people that don't give a shit about places and will just trash the fucking place. Meanwhile, getting all kinds of free rent and stuff like that and being able to basically be a fucking leech on society is what it is, dude. That's why people are pissed off, man, because you literally have the taxpayers, probably even that guy's taxes itself, the landlord there, being paid with his own fucking money is what it is, dude. Because he's putting money and taxes into the system, and then they're giving him back money through the fucking state that took the taxation. And you wonder why people are pissed off there, buddy. That's fucking why, dude. Seriously, like, good lord. Not that hard to figure out, bro. Again, it's these mental midgets, man. It really is. In the Democrat Party and the fucking leftist voter bases and stuff like that, dude. That's why I can't stand them anymore, dude. I really can't. Because it's like taking the hat off and just beating your fucking head against the wall is what it is, man. Seriously. So, anyway. I think that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. But I'll be back again at some point here in the future. We'll be talking about some other stuff. And as a final little thing here, to the residents of East Palestine, you are in my prayers at this point, for real. I pray that you're going to be okay right now, health-wise and stuff like that. One thing I will say, and I will reiterate this, is people have already said it before, I'll say it again. Get yourselves tested now so you can have a claim in the future if cancer clusters do break out in the next 3 to 5 years, honestly. And from that, be vigilant. keep your family safe. If you have another place you can go in the state, man, please get out of that fucking area, because you are definitely, the longer you stay in that town with the amount of different chemicals and shit in that soil and in that water supply and everything else like that, dude, the more sick you're going to end up getting, and the more deteriorated you're going to become to where you're not even going to be around to do a future lawsuit on anybody, dude. So yeah, get out now while you can, man. Find another place to hang out for a while, to live for a while if you need to. Do not take money from Norfolk Southern right now. That is the one thing I will tell you, dude. If you can have family and friends and stuff like that help you out, hell, if you have to go to a check cashing place or something, or some kind of payday loan place or whatever the case be, I know it's going to be a pain in the ass and stuff like that, dude. I would be more inclined to do legal loan sharking at this point than ever take a dime from Norfolk Southern, dude, because if you do, that will be the only dime that you ever get from these fucking people, dude, because they are definitely going to try to fuck you later on is what it is when it comes to future lawsuits for a bunch of money from these people. So, yeah, don't take the bait, dude. Do not take the $1,000 checks. Do not take that fucking $25K assistant crap they're putting in the town, dude. Don't take any money from it at all, dude. Because if you do, it's going to be the only cash you're ever going to see, is what it is. Period. Plain and simple. So, but anywho, like I said, though, I'll be back again probably sometime tomorrow, most likely. I'll be calling up the state reps again here in about 12 hours or so, about 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon, and hope I can get a hold of some people then. Maybe, if nothing else, maybe their aides and stuff today, and start having them introduce legislation to actually put people's feet to the fire criminally and hold Norfolk Southern accountable criminally is what it is. Criminally and financially for that matter as well, dude. And just bleed these motherfuckers dry of every last dime that they have is what it is, dude. And from that, you take every dollar that they have, and then you take them and take away their freedoms forever is what it is. And you put them on trial, you charge them criminally, you convict them criminally, and you make an example out of their asses that this cannot be done again, and that Ohio will not put up with this shit as a state, dude. We will not be made to be a bitch for some fucking piece of shit billionaire corporation is what it is, dude. Fuck that. End of story, dude. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.